What's up, guys? This is Gerald with Roman Roof Cleaning and Roof King Products. Hey, I was gonna get on here and talk a minute. I made a post earlier about a guy's advertisements on his truck. He had some magnets, and the wording on the magnets were so small, even if the truck was parked in a parking lot, you'd probably have trouble reading it. And so some guys were thinking that I was talking about him using magnets. That's not the case at all. Magnets are fine, but he had way too much information on the magnets, so they were very hard to read. When you're doing an advertisement, less is better. You want to put as little bit of information as you can. And you know, there were some comments about branding, and while branding's a great idea, some people get confused, especially small businesses, because branding for a small business is obviously wise. You want to do branding, but that's not as important as marketing what you do. What I mean by that is, you know, take Walmart for example. Walmart does branding. Discount Tire does branding. AutoZone does branding. All of these major corporations that everybody knows about, they don't have to put what they do or how they do it, because everybody knows who they are. So they are branding. They can put their name anywhere, and that's advertisement enough. But we're not Walmart, we're not Discount Tire, we're not all these big companies. We are small, so we have to put what we do in our name, or people don't know what we do. You know, and not to pick at anybody in particular. You know, everybody's got to do what they're comfortable with. But you know, there's some companies that say, let's just say John's Maintenance or John's Exteriors. I'm not putting them down in any way, and if that's the way you want to name your business, that's totally fine. Everybody's got to do what they're comfortable with, and opinions vary, and so your opinion might be totally different than mine. But my point to this is, when somebody sees John's Exteriors, how do they know what you do? They don't, you know. And so, I mean, I would think that maybe you put up maybe stone or some kind of a siding on somebody's exterior, I wouldn't have any idea. Or a company that says exterior maintenance, I mean, I would think maybe they mow or cut plants, or I wouldn't have any idea what you do. So putting what you do in your name is very important, in my opinion, in small business. Like I said, if you're a big business, you don't have to do that. I mean, I'm passing Home Depot right now, Denny's. You know, if you didn't know what they done, that sign would be worthless to you. Well, we're not big companies, we're small companies. So if you want somebody to know what you do, you really need to put it in your name, because if you don't, they're not going to have any idea what you do. And so my point being is, you want to brand yourself, but you can't just have a great logo and not really have many words on your advertising, or have a name that tells what you do, and people are not going to be able to, you know, maybe a really small town, they'll get to know you, but you know, they're not going to be able to just see your brand and know who you are. That's something I see in advertising a lot. A couple of things, and it's some things that I've done in the past as well. When I had my auto repair business, one of the things that I'd done is we got a lot of billboards, and we had a great billboard, a great message, so we got a lot of customers from it. But at one point, you can over advertise, and what I mean by that is you can spend more advertising dollars than what your company can afford. Well, that's basically what I did. I advertised, and you know, it makes you feel tough and big when you drive around seeing your billboards everywhere, and it makes you feel cool when your friends say, "I seen your billboards." Well, it is cool until you start losing money, and so I would rather have money in my pocket than have those billboards and make myself look cool. Obviously, I had to learn that the hard way, so hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and not do that. But again, on advertisements, I see people put the name really, really big on their stuff. Like my business is Roman Roof Cleaning. Well, I put, I could put Roman, my business is my name, so it's Roman Roof Cleaning, so I put that big, but people know what that is. But if it's, let's just say it's John's Roof Cleaning. If you put John's super big on a really cool design and all this stuff, and then you put Roof Cleaning really small, well, that's kind of a brand that you're putting out there. Well, most people, all they see is the John's. They have no idea what John's is. So really and truly, you should put John's real small and put Roof Cleaning really, really big, because that is what's important in your advertising. Scott Jackson, a good friend of mine, that posted his truck earlier on one of the groups. He's got his advertising's perfect. All down the whole side of his truck, he's got pressure washing and roof cleaning. And then he's got his phone number. And I don't know if he's even got his name on there. I can't remember, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter if his name is on there, because nobody cares what your name is. All they care is what you do. You need to have a name so that people can look you up and call you back next time. Obviously, that's a given. But for the most part, you are proud of your name and proud of your business. Other people are not. They just need the service done. They're not like, oh, let's use this place because he's got a great wrap on his truck and he's got an awesome logo and all that. They could care less about any of that. If you have good reviews, that's really it. That's all they care about. If you look nice and you dress nice and you do all this other stuff, you run your business properly, obviously that's what they care about. But your name and your branding, it truly is not, it's not changing your business any. So you really need to focus on what you do and letting other people know what you do. So I've rambled on enough. I just thought I'd post this because I see a lot of people that talk about advertising and they put down billboards or signs or newspapers or radios or anything. And in my opinion, it's not, every outlet has a listener. So it's not the outlet, it's the message that you put out there, and it's the way you advertise. People have to know what you're doing before they can call you, and they have to know your phone number before they can call you. Those are the two most important things that you do in your advertising to get customers. So obviously this is my opinion, but I've done this for a long time. I'm 48 years old. I've owned probably 12, 15 different businesses in my time. So I've kind of honed in on what works and what don't work, and I'm comfortable in guiding other guys because of that. It's not something I've read or I'm just making up or it just sounds good or looks good on paper. This is stuff that I've done and that I'm confident in, the results. So if I can help any of you guys, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always around to help. I'd love to have you guys in my school, in my class. We also teach marketing in that class and sales, which is a really big part of business. So to give you an example of that, and then I'll shut up. Me and a buddy of mine had a tire store. It was mainly his, but I was deeply involved in it. But he had 15 locations. Well, at one point, he had one location in Livingston where we live. It was doing $100,000 a month in sales. Well, we interviewed a gentleman, and he was from Discount Tires, so he was pretty confident in what he done and how he done it. But he wanted an enormous amount of money to work for us. So we told him that was more than we'd pay. He said, "Well, if I double your numbers, if I do $200,000 the first month, then would you pay me that?" And so we were like, "Well, yeah, obviously if you double our sales, yeah, we'll pay you that." Thinking to ourselves, this will never happen. This guy's an idiot. We hire him. First month, he goes to $200,000, and that store stayed at $200,000 from then on. So, and that's a tire business. Obviously, it's a retail business, but it's a need as well. So it's not something that, in my opinion, you can pressure sell somebody too much. But my point being is, advertising, obviously he couldn't sell nothing unless the phone rang. So they had to get the phone to ring, and then he had to make a sale when he done it. So the sale is obviously super important in your business. Advertising and making the sale. So we teach all that in our class, and I'd love to have you guys there. So if it's something you're interested in, make sure to look us up on roofkingproducts.com. And you guys have a great evening, and I look forward to talking to you again.